Good evening, everybody, and welcome to historic Stellos Stadium here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Actually, it's a brand new turf field that will be greeting the teams that call this place home here on Nashua's ETV broadcasts for the 2011 and 2012 season. Nashua North, Nashua South, and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, who play here at home at Stellos tonight, enjoying a brand new turf field as the Division II perennial power of the BG Cardinals take on the Pinkerton Astros, who have been a perennial Division I power. This is a treat of a game, Tom King. We don't usually get to see these two teams. It's usually a theoretical matchup.
John, you seem so far away.
We are. We got our executive producer, Pete Johnson, in between us. We have Tim O'Neill upstairs with our camera up top, and Mike Janes with the handheld down on the field today.
This is, we saw this a couple of years ago, and this is when I realized that I was going to watch one of the better teams in the history of the state when Guertin plowed past Pinkerton in Derry 2 years ago on a Saturday afternoon on Labor Day weekend. And they haven't met since then. But I would think that this is a little different situation. I don't think Guertin has that same kind of speed that team did 2 years ago. And of course, this is a monumental game. This is the start of the Travis Cody era for Bishop Guertin. So we'll see how it goes. And Pinkerton, as always, is one of the favorites in Division I. And Guertin, by reputation, is a favorite in Division II. And then we'll see how that works out as well. It takes a long time. I tell you, it takes a while to sort things out in high school football. I think it takes 3 or 4 weeks before you really have an idea of who's hot and who's not.
As you look at the tri-captains for Bishop Guertin deciding the coin toss in the middle of the field from left to right, James Carver, Broderick Smith, and Robert Fahey, as now they shift positions and indicate that Pinkerton will decide to receive to our left. This is Nashua's ETV first broadcast of the 2011-12 football season. As Tom just referred to, it's the first season in quite a while. Tom will be able to tell us.
2 years that these two teams have played.
But since Tony Johnson was not the head coach.
1990, I got to say 93 was the last time that the Guertin team took the field without Tony Johnson down on the sidelines. Actually, there is a time when they took the field without Tony Johnson down on the sidelines. That was 3 years ago for his season over because of the one-game suspension.
That's right.
I probably helped cause by asking him the questions about the officials' call in the championship game. And
it's because of quotes in your story?
The answers were called.
I hope you're proud of that.
Oh, yeah. It's a notch in my belt. You know? and the tape sits in Tony's office somewhere, the little tape, the little micro cassette.
Did you do the John Rocker article as well?
No, I didn't. No, that wasn't me.
Okay. No. But you got Tony Johnson suspended. So
yes, I did. Yep. So that's the way it goes.
Of course, in the NFL, a lot of talk about the changed kickoff. Tom, is that affecting high school football as well?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay, I wasn't at the 35-yard line in the past, and they're lining it up at the 40. So we'll have to. Somehow it seems like a little close to me to the 50, but maybe it's always been there in high school football as we watch BG about to tee it up and kick it off to open their season. Tom, this is considered a non-league game, correct? I mean,
these games do not count for anything. They do not count in any tiebreakers.
Now, don't say that. It's tackle football. It's got to mean something.
It'll count if somebody gets hurt. But I mean, high school football, these games are treated a little bit differently than scrimmages. I mean, the teams are going out there to win.
So Pinkerton's ball carrier behind a phalanx of blockers gets it back to the 30-yard line. Smith on the return for Pinkerton. 1st and 10 from their 30. The Astros will open the game on offense. We're just underway. Pinkerton, Division I against Bishop Guertin, Division II, but you can throw the divisions out, as Tom said, when these two teams meet. Football powers 2 years ago. BG defeating Pinkerton on Labor Day weekend as we broadcast this one on the Saturday night of Labor Day weekend here on Nashua's ETV. First play from scrimmage goes for 2 or 3 yards. Call it a gain of 2. St. Ange on the carry. Number 2, 5'11", 180-pound junior will be seeing a lot of the football tonight.
I'll tell you, I'm glad you saw that. I couldn't tell who had the football on that play, but this is this will be an interesting. We'll talk more about when Guertin goes on offense because they've got a little bit of an offensive adjustment to make under Travis Cody.
St. Ange, the quarterback. Will fake the handoff and roll to his left. No, he did hand it up the middle. And the misdirection play catches us all off guard. It was the fullback with the football, number 48, Kevin Davies, the senior, 5'11", 230 pounds. He brings a load, and he brought it right up the middle that time. Good play fake by St. Ange. I really thought he still had it on his hip.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. That puts Pinkerton right in Guertin territory at the 47.
So Davies, also keep an eye on him coming out of the backfield. Number 48, very stockily built fullback as you see him right there behind the quarterback, St. Ange. He has two receivers split to the right, pitches it to the tailback, who's going to get wrapped up just behind the line of scrimmage. No gain at all for Emmitt Smith, and it's spelled exactly like the Dallas Cowboy Hall of Fame running back.
John, you've seen some of these Pinkerton kids more than I have, because you did the championship game last year, I believe, with North and Pinkerton. Did you not? I believe you did.
Right.
Yeah, so you've seen a few of these kids that
returning,
right?
Yeah, starters. Some of them. Ryan Coombs split to the left among them, the senior receiver on the short side of the field. As you see, coming in motion, Emmitt Smith, and following blockers is Manny Lattimore. Lattimore strung out to the side, not too much of a gain there.
Well, he gets down to the 43, but one thing that impresses me a little bit, John, is the depth. Pinkerton has run the ball 4 times, and they've used 4 different players to do it.
3rd and 6 will be the call now on the right hash mark for Pinkerton. We're going to get to talk about the brand new turf field, Tom.
God, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Some say it has a certain odor down to it of newness, of
new car smell.
Not exactly. According to Tim O'Neill, our cameraman went down the field. He had some more of a derogatory comparison. Up the middle, bullying his way to a first down and more, going to the big back, Kevin Davies, who successfully notches another first down.
Boy,
Davies.
That was a direct handoff to Davies, and they've got to watch that and keep an eye on him, because he's going to be involved in the play one way or another. He's big enough to block, and he certainly is talented enough to run. So he gets 10 yards down to the 33-yard line, and Pinkerton is on the move.
As big as Davies is, Tom, and you take a look at the offensive linemen that Pinkerton have, he's dwarfed by some of these guys. I mean, there's some big boys up front, number 72 among them.
Yeah, that's a good size. It's a good size group for Pinkerton.
Jesse Trottier goes 6'3" and 275, and they run right behind Trottier, the right tackle.
And that's a lot of meat with Davies carrying the football.
Yeah.
So you've got double trouble there with the tackle and with Davies. That's a lot of bulk to try to get through to make that tackle.
Also number 73, Patrick McStavrock.
Davies, John, has 3 carries for 38 yards already.
McStavrock, Tom, the center, is listed at only, I'm going to check that. That's more like it. Philip Harper, 5'10", 286 is the center.
Yeah, there we go.
286 pounds at the center position. And they're running behind that right side of the line right now. Emmitt Smith. You'll have to talk to his parents, Tom, and see if he was destined for running back since he was born with that name. Of course, Smith, a very common last name, but Emmitt, very unusual first name.
Here's a big play, which I think you could probably almost.
It's
made for Davies right here, but we'll see if they decide to go that route.
It's made for Davies behind the right side of his line, which also includes the right guard.
But he's not back there, John.
No. Handoff is to the up back. Smith is making his way through 3 or 4 would-be tacklers. Is the ball on the ground? No, it isn't.
No,
he is on the ground.
All the way to the 13.
Very elusive Emmitt Smith.
10-yard gain.
Nothing fancy, Tom, here. Just a lot of powerful running here
I
of
have
the
to
football.
tell you, as a sports writer, you love this because the clock just keeps ticking.
So 1st and 10 for the Astros inside the 15-yard line.
And as a coach, you like this because what you're doing is you're wearing out the defense on Guertin.
Right. Smith is split slot left. Rolling to his left is St. Ange. He's got pursuit. He tucks it under his arm, and he gains about 6 yards inside the 10-yard line. Down to the 8 from the 15. Call it a gain of 7. And so it'll be Second down and 4 or 5 yards. We'll call it.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 at the 9. And boy, Guertin's going to have to come up with something extra here defensively if they want to stop, because Pinkerton is just doing one thing, moving forward.
St. Ange one step back and hands it off, and that was
that was Davies.
Davies' shortest carry of the game.
Yeah, you know why, John? He left his feet.
Yeah.
You know, he tried to dive over a pile, and he's big enough where he can move that pile.
William Cavalier was waiting for him, 6'3", 265-pound defensive lineman. He's a junior, and Cavalier with a nice stop there after Davies did leave his feet, as Tom said. Cavalier waiting for him. So a big play coming up here. Can BG come up with a stop and force a field goal? Or will Pinkerton keep marching? St. Ange holds it. He is stuffed at the 5. Good defensive play by the defensive back. Coming up to make the hit was number 33, Blake Boudreau.
That's very close.
Boudreau, who was an impact player as a sophomore, is now.
Remember, it was 1st and 10 just inside the 14. It's going to be 4th and about a half a yard.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
I would if I were you. With Davies and that tackle and that line, wouldn't you go for it? Why bother to kick? You've done all this work now.
St. Ange calling the signals, hands it off. Davies hit in the backfield. He falls forward. And did he get it?
Very close.
The spot says no.
Very close. If I'm Brian O'Reilly, I ask for a measurement. Even though the spot says no, you want to make sure.
It appears to me,
You've got
Tom,
to measure
it's
that.
a half a football short. Great defensive stop by BG. Davies rather tentative on that run, Tom, I thought. BG did have some defensive backs.
Mr. Hall, is that a required measurement by the officials, or does a coach have to request it? Okay.
Tom, why don't you tell people who you just spoke with here up in the booth?
The head of officiating, one of the top officiating bigwigs in New Hampshire.
Well, that's a reason to applaud for the Bishop Guertin home crowd here at Stellos Stadium. The first offensive possession of the game. Pinkerton goes from the 30-yard line.
The answer from Mr. Hall was that if it's that close, the officials are bound to measure it.
Right.
Does not have to be requested.
Tom, that was a 65-yard drive, right?
And the carry on that last play? The carry on that last play? Was that St. Ange on the snap?
That was Davies.
That was Davies.
On the handoff.
That's right, on the handoff back. He didn't get it.
He did not get it. And so BG from their own end with their first offensive possession of the night. Quarterback Robert Fahey calling the signals, has receivers split to the right. He'll hand it right up the middle. And good secondary effort as a flag flies from the quarterback position by our referee tonight, the officials. There you see in the white hat is Glenn Colburn. Our umpire is Mark Fraser. The linesman Kevin Theodore. Line judge is Roger Robichaud, and the back judge is Brian Williams. As we get our call from Glenn Colburn, who indicates illegal substitution against Bishop Guertin. And if you're Pinkerton after what was a 3-yard gain, will you, or was it one?
Well, it's
no
that call
is it nullified?
That call will go 5. Illegal substitution against who, Guertin? Yeah. So that'll go 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, or half the distance, a 2.5-yard line. Now the problem, not the problem, but the difficulty that Guertin will have in this game is trying to adjust to the wing T offense. It's not an option-based offense anymore with the coaching change. Travis Cody runs a wing T. They include some option in it to defer, I think, to the old system, but at the same time, they wanted a wing T base. So this is going to have to be, an adjustment for Guertin.
Fahey held on to it, and he's in danger of a safety.
He may be a safety. Let's see. Very close.
They're going to spot it as a safety.
Yep.
Inside the goal line, 2 points.
Yeah, I don't think
Pinkerton.
it's a smart play to have a quarterback run the football anywhere but forward when you are anywhere but straight ahead when you're backed up that much. You don't want him running anywhere in the end zone. if he's got the ball in the end zone, have him hand off immediately.
Complicating things for Fahey, Tom, as he did run laterally, as you said he should not do. He also faked a handoff, which slowed him down a bit and gave the Pinkerton defenders even more of a chance to get into the backfield and make that play. So after the illegal substitution penalty that moved them back half the distance to the goal from the 2-yard line, Fahey fakes a handoff, runs to his right, and gets stuffed in the end zone for a 2-point safety for the Astros. So they score their first points of the entire season on defense, and it's a 2-pointer. And that's your score here in the first quarter of play. So BG's first offensive possession. A learning experience. It is the Saturday evening of Labor Day weekend, and it still feels very much like summer. John Collins with Tom King and our Nashua ETV production crew and camera crew, Tim O'Neill, Mike Janes, and our executive producer Pete Johnson with us. And Tom, has the elements any effect on this game?
I think the elements will have an effect later on in the game. I think that's why Brian O'Reilly was handing the ball to so many different people. You want as many people to touch the football on a night like this because they're going to be drained by the third or fourth quarter.
Picking his way through.
And I think anytime you run the football consistently, it actually sucks up less energy than it does to pass block for your offensive line. So I think that they're going to try to, Pinkerton's going to try to run it. They'll try to mix it up, that Brian O'Reilly always does, but they will try to run it primarily so that they can get in. If you get into a rhythm and chew up some time and shorten the game, and they mean short, in this case, shorten the game means make it a quick game so that they're not out there for a very long time.
After the run back by Manny Lattimore.
Now watch, they'll throw 4 times in a row or something like that as I say that. But I think that they have already established a running game, and they just want to keep that going. And also, it'll tire Guertin out defensively.
Decent field position to begin here for St. Ange. Hit as he throws it. Ball's on the turf. You want to pick that up just in case it might be ruled a lateral, but it was a forward pass from St. Ange.
And incomplete, I believe, right? Did he catch it?
Incomplete.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I knew he had it, and then he bobbled it, so.
Who gets credit for the hit on the quarterback? Was that Paul Spinney that got in there? Number 81 on a blitz, 6'3", 180-pound defensive end, the senior, wreaking havoc on St. Ange.
I watched his brother take a costly penalty down at BC today on TV.
BC losing to Northwestern 24-17 in that game.
But I'll tell you how a penalty like that.
Davies with 2 players, 3-4 to bring him down.
The college rule has a 10-second runoff on an offensive penalty, so 18 seconds left. It went down to like 12 seconds left. It went down to 2 seconds for the final play.
Ouch. Spinney, an offensive lineman.
Was that Smith on the carry?
That was Davies who went
again.
7 yards.
See, I always think you see who your best running backs are, and then when you get down close, that's who you utilize.
You go to?
Yes.
You go to back?
Yep.
3rd and 3. BG with an opportunity here to come up with a big stop.
Davies is 47 yards on 6 carries already.
St. Ange keeps it. He's running this way. He's tackled from behind by Spinney. Loose ball on the turf. It's still loose. Picked up and run with by Bishop Guertin's number 28. A big, big defensive play. That was John Miller. If that's number 28, or is that 26 on the return? That would be 26. I have Mike Devereaux on our scorecard. The sophomore coming up with a big fumble recovery, but Spinney, Tom, with the hit. 2 big plays by the defensive end for Bishop Guertin, Paul Spinney, the senior. That one to knock the ball loose from St. Ange, and good field position to say the least for Bishop Guertin. They lose it. Oh, bounced off the back of a Pinkerton defender and back into the hands of quarterback Robert Fahey. So a fortunate bounce.
Guertin very, very disorganized, not in sync on offense whatsoever.
So opening of the season jitters here for the Bishop Guertin offense. The defense giving them the gift of a great opportunity here in Pinkerton territory in their second offensive possession. Their first possession, if you just joined us, ended with a safety for the Astros, who are leading this game 2-0.
I think the last time you and I saw a safety scored was on a key Guertin playoff game.
Pitch. Left side, no room to run though. Driven out of bounds by a host of Astros was Zach Mayu. And he is...
Well, Zach Mayu is one of those players that gained a little bit from the injury to Mike Kelly last year. He got a lot of playing time. But unfortunately, doesn't quite have that speed to turn the corner that Kelly had. And Pinkerton was able to bottle him up, and no gain. And Guertin still hurting offensively for positive yardage.
Well, it's third down and the full distance, really, 9.5 yards to go. Look at the guy split to the left here. Spinney, two-way player, a receiver on
he's
third
a very
down.
athletic kid.
Rolling to his right, looking downfield, putting it up is Fahey. It's over the head of the intended receiver, and a spectacular try for an interception by Alex Pacocha.
Well, on a third down play like that, he's almost benefited by not intercepting it because he gives his chance a team to either block a punt or return a punt.
So that was the first pass attempt by Fahey on 3rd and long. It will become a punting situation, or will they?
Yes, it will be a punt. I'm sure it'll be a punt. Pin Pinkerton deep.
BG's punter right at the midfield stripe and pooches it towards the left corner, trying for the Tom King coffin corner, but coming closer to the 20.
I tell you, John, a lost art.
Than the end zone.
The pros can't even do it anymore. It's a lost art.
Now you watch the pros up close on a daily basis. Do you ever bring that up with the punter down there?
No.
No.
Zoltan?
Coffin corner?
Zoltan would make me disappear. He
sounds like a magician's name.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, they're good, but I mean, I don't know if they're told to do it.
That's not how they make their money, though, is it?
No, and I don't know if they're told.
All about distance
it's all no, it's not distance. It's directional. They want directional punting, away from certain people, away from the returner, but at the same time, doesn't seem to be a priority.
Davies with the pitch, showing off his outside speed, gets a first down and a little bit more.
He's just the guy you want carrying the football if you're Pinkerton Academy. He can just make positive. I'm surprised, almost shocked that he didn't get a first down or even a touchdown down the other end when they were driving the first time. He goes right out there. He gains 11 yards. He's got 58 yards already in the game. He's touched it 7 times.
He's 5'11", 230 pounds, senior.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a player last night also from Merrimack who was pretty dominant in Jackson King, and Davies is bigger, but it's the same theme. You know, you've got complementary backs, but you've got a guy who can really do it. And here's a complementary back right here in Smith.
Handoff to Smith, strung out to the sideline and tackled by Lucas Lansing.
It
Terrific
seems
job.
that's when Pinkerton gets in trouble, is when they try to go east-west instead of north-south. That hasn't worked for them much in this football game so far.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, 2-0. We got a baseball score here early. 1:45 and counting down. Pinkerton on offense, trying to find a complement to Davies, who has been just about the entire offense so far for Pinkerton. He is number 48, the sole running back in the backfield as you look at your picture on Nashua's ETV. Man in motion. Handoff to Davies, bangs into a body immediately, and it's knocked to the turf. Credit 2 people on that play. Number 40, Nolan Cornell, and number 71, Greg Gulski with the stop.
You don't think Cornell was big enough to make a tackle, but what he did fundamentally was he just got in the way of the fullback, slowed him down enough for the other bigger guy to come in there and make the stop. Because that was another quick handoff to Davies.
Trying to run behind the center.
First time he's run for negative yards.
And it was a loss on the play, so it'll be 3rd and long for the Astros. They have yet to go to the air, Tom, and this might be...
No, they've gone once, and it was an incomplete pass, but they're not going to go here.
Whistled.
The flag is down at the 33, so there was an early movement on the play.
False start before the snap on the offense.
So now you may see...
That was not a pass play, by the way.
No, it wasn't going to be. It wasn't going to be, but it will. This may be now. 3rd and 14 from the 28.
Chris St. Onge is a junior quarterback, number 2 on the uniform. He's 5'11", 180, and he's got to call a play here to try to get 14 yards of offense to keep this drive alive with only 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
85 to -2 in terms of offensive yardage right now, Jim.
On the newly installed turf. Shows up very bright on our screen.
Oh,
St. Onge with the keeper.
A lot of room.
Trying to pick up 14. He is hit to the turf at the 40.
Short by 2 yards. Almost did it.
And that will do it for the first quarter as the seconds tick away. A 2-0 Pinkerton lead. A quick first quarter, Tom indicates, by his standards, which are very high for speed of game. It's not a Red Sox-Yankees baseball game. That's the good news for you, Tom.
That's right.
They set a record for a 9-inning game.
But that's the thing is,
running game.
But tell me anybody down on that field who doesn't want this game to be speedy because of the conditions. I mean, it's a hot night. And as hot as it is up here, we get a little bit of a breeze. It's got to be even warmer down on that football field.
It's a Labor Day weekend matchup between perennial Division I power Pinkerton, on the far side of the field there in the white unis, and Bishop Guertin, who have won so many championships in Division II that people have suggested they move up to Division I. First season under a new head coach. If you're a runner, Tom, like a Davies or one of these speedsters in the league, are you celebrating the new turf? I mean, I got to believe that there's better traction than under the old carpet.
I would imagine there's better traction, but it's a little softer when you land on it. That was the problem with the old turf. It gets beaten down over the years.
Yeah.
You got to replace that turf. This stadium's about 10 years old, and you've got to replace that turf every 10 years. It's basically what you need to do. They knew that going in. This was no surprise.
How many games have been played on this since it was installed?
Well, I can't tell you that. I mean, on this surface, soccer.
First football game.
First football game. There was soccer here.
There was soccer?
There was soccer here last night, on Friday night, September the 3rd, or 2nd.
Right.
September 2nd, and then what there was before that, I'm not sure.
So we begin 12 fresh minutes, the second quarter, as Pinkerton is going to punt. End over end and short. Fair catch called for, and it's collected at the 35 by number 25, Broderick Smith with the fair catch. First and 10 for the Cardinals at their 35 to begin the second quarter. Struggling on offense so far is Bishop Guertin, but looking very good on defense so far against a big offensive line for the Astros.
The defense, because of the struggling offense, has been out there an awful lot.
It'll take a shot.
And that will wear down later in the game. If you think Davies look good now, where do you see him in the third quarter if this defense is out there as long as they've been in the second quarter as they were in the first?
Fahey fakes the handoff. He's got a 4-step drop. He's going to tuck under his arm and run left. Got a few Pinkerton tacklers to confront him there, but not till he picks up a good 6 or 7 yards on the carry.
Well, Fahey's another one of those Cardinals who gained by an injury last year, and he has the starting quarterback Steve Cupa, who's now at St. A's. He has gained a lot by that because he started a couple of games last year, so he's not inexperienced at this position by far.
No huddle on 2nd and 2, Tom. They're right back up to the line. And Fahey again with the keeper looking for an opening, and he dives head for the first down and more. Good play decision making by Robert Fahey, picks up the first down.
Like I said, he's no stranger to this.
And he gets up and turns right back around and gets the snap from under center. No huddle offense. First and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. Fahey's going to fake the handoff and just fall forward almost from exhaustion, it looks like, on that play.
Well, he really had nowhere to go, though. I thought he did well to get 2 yards out of that as he lunged forward.
So it'll bring up second and let's be generous, 8.
Yep.
We're early in the second quarter, 2-0. Pinkerton leads it. The ball at the midfield stripe. Fahey rolling out, dumps it, received and thrown to the turf at the 47 of Pinkerton. That's a gain of maybe 3 on the play, and it'll bring up
Nick Marino.
Gain of 4 then, and
was really his only option. He had to get rid of that football quickly, and Marino was right there, wide open. Pinkerton did a good job to close the gap on that play.
3rd and 4 after the reception by Nick Marino. What will Fahey call here? He's got receivers split to the left and right, and a couple of slot receivers flanking the line. He pitches to the right flanker coming around, and not any room for Mayu.
Yeah,
He's driven
like
out of bounds.
Mayu is what Pinkerton is doing is covering that option very, very well. I'm surprised that they're doing that, because I figured they would think that the wing T off-based offense would eliminate a lot of the option, but it hasn't. And they prepared for the option very, very well, and that's the experience of Brian O'Reilly, knowing that Travis Cody would keep a lot of option in that system, because you don't want to teach these kids something new in a 2.5-week period, 3-week period, and try to unveil it. So that's the experience that O'Reilly has as the Pinkerton head coach. He prepared his team well.
Juking to the outside, out of bounds. Which team was that? Guertin only had 10 people on the field, according to our head official. And that might be the flag. Our head official in the booth with us, Tom.
Steve Hall,
yeah.
who makes that. He's actually doing the clock, so. And are they going to call it?
It's against.
Oh, they have called a penalty.
BG for another reason.
Late hit out of bounds. So the personal foul call will.
Late hit out of bounds, and that's going to give Pinkerton better field position following that punt. Call it on Michael Wagner, number 34 for BG. So it's now 1st and 10 for the Astros at their own 34-yard line, leading 2-0. It's been a defensive struggle here early, as St. Ange calls signals, tries to draw BG offside, hands it off to Davies, trying to go through the right side of the line. He's hit about a yard past the line of scrimmage, and BG, where Davies had been making hay early, have found a way to stuff the big fullback.
Well, I think that's because they know that he is their big weapon, and they have keyed on him. And even if you're told that going into a game, you don't believe it until you see it. And now the kids who are out there have seen it, and they're basically concentrating on exactly on Davies and where he is at all times.
Pinkerton has yet to throw the football. Will this be the first time they go to the air here on 3rd down and long? No, pitches outside to Emmitt Smith. Nice move, 2 nice moves. Trying to go to the sideline, switches hands with the ball. He cuts back to the middle. Emmitt Smith.
Well, he ran
down to the
tackle.
20. Big gain. Emmitt Smith with a highlight film reel play here, highlight reel play early in the season. No flags down, and that will go for a big gain for number 24 for the Pinkerton Astros.
41 yards for Smith. I'll tell you what happened on that play, John. They bought the fake for the pass.
So 1st and 10 for Pinkerton. Ball goes to the right side of the line. Lattimore got the carry that time. Smith's trying to catch his breath, but he's still on the field.
Yeah, you're going to have to take. You can't give a player on a night like this the ball consecutively after runs like that. 2 yards for Lattimore. But what happened? I was surprised. Smith made one mistake on that run. While it was a good run, he made one mistake. He ran into his tacklers. He should have cut it to the outside. And he would have been gone.
Yep.
It would have been a touchdown.
Felt like it was there.
He has the speed, and he would have gone. If he had cut to the left outside, see you later.
So let's see if Davies gets it here at the 3rd play He will give it to Davies up the middle and through, and he's just refusing to be dragged down until he takes a few BG players for a bit of a ride inside the 10-yard line.
At the 9-yard line.
That is a first down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. Pinkerton has dominated with their running game, but not on the scoreboard as of yet. They're leading 2-0.
Between Davies and Smith, they have got 126 yards on the ground, just between the two of them. That's not counting St. Ange and Lattimore and anybody else who's touched the ball.
Bishop Guertin came up with a big stop the last time Pinkerton got down close, and
maybe a delay.
Hard snap count drew off the middle of the defensive line offside. The officials are talking it over, and it is going to be a penalty against Pinkerton. False start against Pinkerton. So it may not have been the hard snap count. It may have been movement by Pinkerton that drew the defensive line to jump.
Despite that penalty, you can tell which offense is which team is more comfortable in its offense. I mean, Guertin is still
Pinkerton
way
has yet
out
to
of
prove
sync.
that they can drive one into the end zone.
Right, but still, they're moving the ball up and down the field. And John, don't discount that because they're going to tire out that Guertin defense.
Handoff. Davies tripped up and then stopped near the line of scrimmage.
Those stops that you see right now, if they keep control of the ball, they're going to be touchdowns in the third and fourth quarter.
That was not Davies. That was Matt St. Ange, who's number 44. I would assume in relation to our quarterback for Pinkerton. Matt St. Ange, 5'8", 200-pound junior fullback, got the carry there, and not Davies.
Maybe a yard.
He's Brian O'Reilly doing, as Tom said, distributing the load for his running backs. Sprinting to the right is St. Ange, looking for somebody to throw to. He's got pressure, and he is dropped right there at the 13. BG showing that they are bending but not breaking, as the Pinkerton Astros running game has been dominant, except when they get down here near the 10-yard line. Tough going. BG's defense has a chance to come up with a huge stop again here, trailing on the scoreboard 2-0.
Well, St. Ange, dutifully tried to stay with the play, but what he probably should have done is tuck the ball and keep running with it.
A timeout call down on the field.
This could be a rest timeout as well as a strategy timeout.
Pinkerton calling the timeout. BG's defense has got to feel encouraged. They were able to come up with a big stop on 4th and inches the last time Pinkerton got close. They took over the ball at their 5, the offense did, and got penalized for an illegal substitution. And from the 2-yard line, the BG offense were victimized by a safety in their own end zone. That's our only scoring of the night. Preceding that, though, was a big defensive stop by Bishop Guertin, and they're trying to repeat that feat here as Pinkerton has driven down the field in spectacular fashion with that Emmitt Smith, that long 41-yard run to get him down to here. But stalling again is Pinkerton, as BG keying on that run offense, able to find a way to stuff St. Ange and Davies. Reminds me, I'm in baseball season still, Tom, and I'm thinking of a pitcher that throws fastball, and equating that with the run. Every one so often you got to throw a curve or a changeup or something to keep the defense off balance, you would think. Third and 13.
I think times they've done that, they've gotten themselves into trouble.
He is throwing it over the head of everybody, though.
See, times they've done that, they've hung those curves, John.
That's right.
So
yeah.
I think
Ryan Combs, the intended receiver, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 13. A decision to be made here for Pinkerton. I'm not sure if they have a field goal kicker from this distance. We'll have to see.
But you see, the thing is this is a game where you've got to. This is a game where you got to try everything.
Steve Wall points out they have 3,500 students. Somebody's got to be able to kick.
Right.
In that
no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what. I saw a game last night where September 2nd, where the Friday night opener of the season, where a team lost because they didn't have someone who could kick, or kick efficiently, or get the snap down efficiently. Merrimack losing by a point.
They are going for it on 4th and 14. The handoff and wrapped up in the backfield just about where he received it, and celebrating that stop, and why not? Number 37, try-captain James Carver in on the stop. Terrific job by the BG defense again.
Who was on the carry? Was that Davies? Davies.
I believe Davies had the carry.
Yeah.
And he was just wrestled down right there behind center. His foot in a leg trap. And it'll be BG's ball with an opportunity, Tom. As we said, bending but not breaking to go the distance here if they can.
An opportunity to run out the clock before the half. If they could
5:52. Oh, this is Bishop Guertin you're talking about. Now, come on. You got to have some faith. You watch them win so many championships.
No, I said an opportunity to run out the clock. You know, keep the ball
okay.
for the rest of the
yeah.
half.
You're talking about good sprint down the left sideline.
This offense, John, has got to chew up 4 or 5 minutes off that clock just to rest its defense.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Zach Mayu. I thought you were suggesting that the best they could hope for was to run out the clock instead of scoring some points along the way.
They need to hold this ball for a while. They've got to.
But if Zach Mayu happens to get freed on the sideline, will you allow him to run the 7 yards?
Okay, he can do it.
In the shotgun now, Robert Fahey's going to back up. He's got one back with him. That is Mayu to his left shoulder. He's going to run behind him. The quarterback draw goes nowhere.
Takes too long to form, that's why. He might have crossed the line of scrimmage for a first down. Depends on the spot.
Oh, that's right. They only had inches to
go. He only had to get another yard, half a yard. He's got a first down. Yep.
They're going to give it to him.
Yep, he's at the 26-yard line, so that's a first. Generous 2 yards, but it works.
And the clock continues to run. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. 2-0. Pinkerton leads. The only points of the night, a safety coming back in the first quarter. A quarterback sack in the end zone as Fahey tried to keep it and run laterally from left to right and was tackled a yard behind the touchdown line. He takes the shotgun handoff to Mayu. Mayu up the right guard spot, puts the ball on the ground. The ground may have caused that fumble.
He picked it up. Yeah,
okay.
He picked it up. It bounced right to him in his chest, and he kept on moving.
So alertly,
out to the 34-yard line.
It is not a fumble. It's just a momentary skip of a heartbeat for BG.
20 yards on his last 2 carries. So that's now you're getting the running game into a little bit of a rhythm, because you're basically taking the responsibility, or a lot of it away, or part of it away from Fahey, to try to get your other players involved in this offense.
3rd and 2. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. The handoff to Mayu. He's collared just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Actually, they had a second down. It was only 2nd down, John, so they had another play if they needed it, but they don't need it as Mayu gets that first down. That was Mayu, I believe, right?
It was.
He gets that first down.
He gets the first down, so they move the chains again. Just what Tom King ordered here, the sustained running dominated drive thus far for BG. 4 minutes to go in the first half, trailing 2-0, trying to go the distance of the field. Shotgun snap, draws a whistle before the snap. False start goes against Bishop Guertin. So we've had our share of penalties in this first game of the football season. John Collins with Tom King. Mike Janes with our handheld shots down on the field, and Tim O'Neill with the up top camera. Atop the press box here at Stellos Stadium, and seated between Tom and I is
to keep the
Johnson.
Peace. To keep the peace.
To keep the peace. The producer of Nashua's ETV, and we are glad to be beginning another exciting football season here for the 2010-2011 season, and a delay of game.
Ooh.
Things go from bad to worse for BG. 2 successive penalties before the snap of the football. So they go from jubilation over another first down to a difficult situation of 1st and 20 from their own 28-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, and the way the time is just ticking off the clock, they may end up running out of time at this pace. Fahey from the shotgun has 4 guys split to the right, and another whistle. A false start, perhaps?
Well, they've got to make that call on the field, so let's see. Certainly looked like it.
Yes, it was.
So if they blow the whistle like that, yep. So that's 3 straight 5-yard penalties. Guertin 5 penalties for 35 yards.
There have been years when you see a BG team not get penalized in a half, Tom, and there you have 3 penalties.
Again, John, it's a new offense.
Yeah.
It's a new coaching staff, it's a new offense, and that's going to take a little bit of time to gel.
It's 1st and 25.
And the only way you do it is really not through practice, it's through game repetition. It's a high snap there, and we got some more movement somewhere.
This is incredible. We have another whistle, perhaps the 4th penalty in a row against BG. We'll have to see which way it goes. Glenn Colburn's got to break the news to everybody that yes, in fact, it is the 4th penalty in a row that the officiating staff has called against BG, and they are going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Travis Cody's called timeout, and he wants to talk to his offense and find out what is going on.
This has become a sustained drive.
The wrong direction. And not chewing up any clock.
In the 8th inning, after 8 innings of play, Boston Red Sox 12, Texas Rangers 6.
So we have a timeout down on the field and a discussion with the BG offense. I would imagine it's a do your job speech, focus, anything else? Pinkerton's got to be thinking about the fact
I don't know. I think, first of all, Cody's got to go out there and say, okay, what's the problem? Who's not hearing what they're supposed to hear? And then he's got to basically, read the riot act. No one move until the ball is snapped. It's that simple. Stay put, stay in your stance. Don't move until the ball is snapped. Make sure you're lined up properly.
So BG trying to overcome some confusion on offense and get a playoff here. Now it's going to be 1st and 30 from their own 18-yard line. With 3:32 remaining in the first half.
Oh, no,
the shotgun snap goes over the head of the quarterback.
What you don't want to see.
And he falls on it on the 1. It is not a safety by 1 yard, fortunately for Fahey.
Boy.
And that is almost, you almost wish that they had blown the whistle after that snap to save BG from a disastrous shotgun snap that went over the head of the quarterback. Just when you want to whistle after the snap, there is none. So that one counts, and it drives them back to the 1. So, Tom, I cannot remember where it was 1st and 10, but I believe it was near midfield at one point. 38-yard line?
2nd and 47.
Handoff. Spin move. Out to the 7-yard line was Nick Marino.
Nick Marino, I believe that's the 24. That's the Adam Hall number, isn't it? It's the old Adam Hall number? 28. Oh, okay.
So, Tom, BG lost 37 yards on penalties before they got that playoff. And also a missed shotgun snap, I should say. So a total of 37 yards in the wrong direction before they got that positive yardage play. And Marino gets the handoff again, and he gets stuffed in the backfield. Extra whistles here.
Extra whistles.
Pinkerton calls timeout.
Good timeout by Pinkerton because they know they're going to get the football back, and they know they're going to get it in decent field position.
So rather than watch more seconds tick away after a running play, they salvage some of those seconds. 3rd down at 38 yards to go for the first down. Let me see if I can see the first down markers right in front of us. The 48-yard line, 47.
Yeah, it hasn't moved.
48-yard line. It's still there.
It's been there for a while.
I'm over here. You guys are going the wrong way.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. It hasn't moved much.
Right. And they don't have the weapons they used to have, at least not at this point in the season, to just step back and find somebody.
Doesn't seem it.
Yeah. to take a shot at it.
I mean, they've got the quarterback. I mean, this is the guy that they had groomed, the Johnson regime had groomed to be the quarterback for this year. So they knew that that was going to be a situation where they wouldn't have to really have growing pains with somebody. So, you know, Robert Fahey is the man, but the problem is they need to take the pressure off of him.
It's 4th down at 38. It is a punting situation if there ever was one for Bishop Guertin. It's a good snap, and it's a boot that's going to take the ball out to about the 25.
Oh, this is great shape for Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Wow, 20-yard punt.
It actually bounced the wrong way, Tom, so it's going to go as an 18-yard punt.
Wow.
Down at the 19-yard line. No, wait, the
more
ball was
than
at the 7, yeah.
Ball was at the 7, 11-yard punt.
11-yard punt.
A game statistically dominated by Pinkerton, yet they only lead 2-0. But this is a situation where they have to come up with something.
2:01 left in the first half. Pinkerton with just 2 points, and those came on a defensive play, a safety.
They cannot come out of this empty-handed, John.
St. Onge hands it off to Smith, who is going to be wrapped up. No, he's driven to the turf. Oh, Lattimore, excuse me, had the carry. He went up the middle. He got a 3-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. The ball is running. That was a running play, and so the clock ticks down to 1:40 and counting. 2nd down and 8 to go for the Astros, who have had very difficult going when they get to this point on the field against Bishop Guertin, down close to their opponent's end zone. The Astros trying to find a way to solve the BG running defense. St. Onge keeps it. He is hit just beyond the line of scrimmage. I believe getting some pads on him was Nathan Chartrand, the free safety.
He gets about 4 yards.
And it will be 3rd and 4. Pinkerton has shown that they will go for it, so this is 2 more downs. They'll take a crack at it to get those 4 yards. We are under a minute to go now. The clock is ticking down. 54, 53, 52. St.
Onge
keeps it, throws it off the fingertips of Smith. He would have had a touchdown, it appears, had he held on and gone in for the score.
He had a big stride, John. I think that extra stride he took his focus off carrying the football, and he dropped the ball.
Of course, you can't see his eyes, even with those powerful binoculars. Can't really see his eyes inside the helmet, Tom, but I would venture to say he took his eyes off the football in traffic, and that cost him the reception. 48 seconds to go. The clock stops after that incomplete pass. It's 4th and 4 to go. This will decide whether this half ends with any points for the Astros offense. St. Onge is going to throw it again. It is complete. No, it's off the fingertips of Smith, and it's going to be BG football with 44 seconds to go in the first half. So offensive struggles for BG clearly, but also for Pinkerton as they get down into pay dirt area. They're not able to convert. 3 chances down deep have ended in frustration for the Astros as well.
Well,
so we have a 2-0 score still.
And now this is where you've got to be, dare I say, a Republican on offense. You've got to be conservative. You just got to take a knee and get into the locker room. You've got 44.7 seconds left. You're at your own 13-yard line. I've seen bad snaps. I've seen fumbles, bad handoffs. So many bad things can happen if you try to pitch, if you try to do anything fancy. Just be conservative, take a knee, and go in. But they're going to hand it off.
Up the middle.
But they'll still run and still keep it as vanilla as possible.
And I don't think you're going to see Pinkerton burn their final timeout if they do have one here. They'll let it tick down. And BG will just probably have to run one more play to kill off this first half. Tom King is known for his newspaper report cards, and I would dare to say that there is room for improvement.
Yeah, there definitely
for Bishop Guertin after this first half.
Plenty of that, but you know what?
In all facets of the game.
Pinkerton's got to be saying we aren't on the board either offensively.
Right. BG's defense has shown some promise here.
But again, John, how long in these conditions and on warm, humid night?
Limping his way off the field after that carry is Nick Marino. I hope he is okay, number 24. Hopefully Marino will come back for the second half. And hopefully Bishop Guertin's offense will come back a lot stronger than what we witnessed there in that first half. Not up to the Cardinals' usual standards, but the bright side, the silver lining in that cloud, BG defense terrific in goal line stands, three of them, and have kept this a 2-0 game. John Collins with Tom King here on Nashua ZTV. We'll be back with second half action in this one after this break.
Personal foul, inactive activities on a glorious day.
Huh?
Let's get out there and play!
Sweet. Ooh, freeze!
When do I get to be in? Uh-oh.
Hey, Reggie, frozen people can't talk.
P-L-A-Y!
An hour a day.
I'm in. There are lots of great play ideas online, but don't stay too long.
Some snacks are a lot of trouble.
I wish it were easier.
Snacks with edible wrappers would be a much better idea. What about fruits and vegetables?
Just wash and eat. Blueberries, pears, and tomatoes. How fast and easy was that? Join me next time when we'll learn the secrets of making a salad.
Welcome back, everyone, to second half action on Nashua's ETV broadcast of Bishop Guertin football's first game of the season. The Division II power BG Cardinals going against Division I power Pinkerton Astros, and it was an ugly first half. A lot of penalties and stalled offenses for both teams, really, although Pinkerton was able to amass 150 yards in the first half in total offense, most of that running because they didn't have any no successful passes.
All of it running.
Right, 150 yards, 35 yards only on total offense for Bishop Guertin. The big story of the half, really, I think, for me, BG's defense able to keep Pinkerton out of the end zone despite the domination in the middle of the field for the Pinkerton running game. They put 12 fresh minutes on the clock to begin the third quarter. John Collins with Tom King. We have cameraman Mike Janes down on the field. Tim O'Neill up top. Our executive producer Pete Johnson is with us. It's Labor Day weekend. It's a hot night here. It's still a summer night at Stellos, and it's going to take a toll physically on the players probably as the game goes along. Nashua's two other football teams played on Friday night of this weekend. Nashua North beat Winnicott 14-7. And South defeated Dover up in Dover 37-20. That was a turnover-marred game for Dover. They turned the ball over 6 times, and South ran a couple of interceptions back for touchdowns. We're underway here in the second half. Breaking through the middle, number 21, stumbling to the field was Clyde Boykin. C.J. Boykin, the sophomore running back.
If the sophomore can run like that, you might want him out there from scrimmage to see if he can loosen up this Pinkerton defense.
That was the biggest offensive play of the game for BG.
I think he's going to be that way. What was that, about a 40-yard return?
From where he caught it, I believe you're right, and it's 1st and 10 now at midfield or the 48-yard line for Bishop Guertin. That electrified the crowd as we get back to action here in the second half. BG receiving the kickoff, the first kickoff of the game by Pinkerton, by the way. They received the ball to begin the game. Pitch by Fahey to Boykin, that sophomore. Boykin, a helmet flies.
I think it's Boykin's. Let's see. No, it's an Astro helmet.
Yeah.
44. That's
Matt St. Onge, who's also a fullback on offense, and he sold out completely on that play, and his helmet rolled to the turf after a 4-yard loss. They got a 3-yard loss for BG on the play. 2nd and 13. So C.J. Boykin has touched the ball twice tonight, and of course the kickoff return was big positive, and that was a 3-yard negative for the entire team there to begin on offense. 2nd and 13. Fahey calling signals, has 2 receivers split to the left. 2-step drop with protection. Fahey looking, sees nobody, throws on the run against his body out of bounds, and it was a coverage sack there just about almost. Fahey had nowhere to throw it except out of bounds. Everybody was covered. I think he's talking about that fact with Travis Cody, his head coach right now, as they try to come up with something to work here on 3rd and 13. 12-minute quarters in high school football. We're just underway in the 3rd quarter of play. Saw a lightning delay in South Bend, Indiana in the Notre Dame game today. They had cleared everybody out of the stands. They had a spectacular still photograph.
Probably the best thing that could have happened for Notre Dame.
The way they're playing, you know. Sad but true.
Just awful. For a team that was ranked 15th in the country. Oh my goodness.
Boykin, a little bit of a hesitation after receiving the handoff, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all there for CJ, and it's going to be 4th and a punting.
Yeah, Guertin looking for some kind of spark offensively, and I'll tell you what, John, I don't see it. You know, they are really hurting on offense in terms of trying to get any type of speed, any type of open space.
Searching.
Anything
for an answer.
Wow.
The punt. Sounded good off the foot.
Line drive. That could be
to the 20. To the 20, 30. Fumble on the field. Whose football is it? Looks like Pinkerton may have gotten it back. And he did. Or somebody did. Conroy, number 10, picked it up off the field. Sean Conroy. So averts disaster for the Astros. Ball's at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for Pinkerton. Their first offensive possession of the second half. Our officials in today's game is referee Glenn Colburn. The umpire is Mark Fraser. The linesman is Kevin Theodore. The line judge is Roger Robichaux, and the back judge, Brian Williams. Chris St. Onge pitches it to Robert Davies. Davies hit, but not till he gets a first down. 12-yard gain on the play. That's Kevin Davies, excuse me.
There's Davies with those fresh legs, John. It helps.
Yeah.
That halftime break helps everybody, and he's taking advantage of it. 11 yards on that run.
A repeat of a long run. We saw a few of them from him in the beginning of the game. Now to begin the second half, he rips off a 12-yard run for a first down, 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line, near hash mark for Pinkerton. Receiver split to the right. Slot right receiver as well is in motion. That is Manny Lattimore. Handoff
to Smith right up the middle.
And he put the ball on the turf a little early there, but it's not a fumble. That's Emmett Smith.
I think the turf caused that, so they should mark that back where he went down, and they do. They mark it right at the 46. But there you go, 17 yards initially on their first carries.
Sprinting out of the huddle, Pinkerton with that big offensive line. Had some success running behind the right sideline especially, but they go to the left side and stacking up the ball carrier. BG's defense doing a good job there, getting up off the bottom of the pile, number 37. Tri-captain James Carver. Also Nolan Cornell was in on the tackle for Bishop Guertin. They have been very stingy giving up yards on key plays such as this one. 3rd and 4. They've been able to keep Pinkerton out of the end zone despite
this is
the Astros.
That's a mark on the scoreboard. It's 3rd and 1. It's at the 49-yard line.
Oh, you're right. Just look down at the marker.
Scoreboard's wrong. Yep.
And that's Davies who slips a tackle and he puts the ball on the turf. BG's going to get this one back. It looks like Kevin Kizuk jumped on it, and he did. Alert play by Kevin Kizuk, who had the ball bouncing on the turf, was able to corral it and shield the ball from Davies, who put it on the turf. Cardinals ball. That's the good news, Tom.
The bad news is
it's the offense still searching for an answer.
Exactly. What are they going to do with it?
Kizuk needed to pick that up and go the distance.
Here we go, Brody, kid.
Robert Fahey's going to keep it all the way. He's got 5, he's got 10. Fahey is upended well into Pinkerton territory, though. They're going to spot it at the 44-yard line. A 14-yard gain. Fahey, a decisive play there, Tom. What are they going to do? Fahey knew what to do with it.
Well, Fahey, like I said, John, Fahey's the only real experienced guy in this offense besides Mayu. You know, it's a new line up front. They've got, you know, it's not battle tested. So that was a big play.
1st and 10 in Pinkerton territory now. Ball at the 44-yard line.
It's a 14-yard play for the quarterback.
Fahey in the shotgun, tucking it again up the middle. Got maybe 2 yards, and that's all. So Bishop Guertin with a couple of quarterback keepers, one a big success. That one not such a surprise for the Pinkerton defense, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 8. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2-0. We haven't said the score often enough. It's 2-0 on a safety that Pinkerton scored early in the first half, sacking Fahey just a yard inside the end zone. From the shotgun, the handoff is to Boykin. C.J. Boykin following the block, falls down and is hit from behind, but he just stumbled in behind his run blocker. I believe that was number 54 leading the blocks for the Cardinals. Jacob Kristen was doing his job, but Boykin ran into the back of him like he hit a wall and went down and gained just 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. Ball at the 39-yard line. Fahey from the shotgun. Gives it to Boykin. Boykin trying to get outside. He cuts it up. He's got a first down. He's to the 30. He's inside the 30. C.J. Boykin. Another explosive run from the sophomore back. And it's the best drive of the night thus far for Bishop Guertin, threatening to score and go ahead, trailing 2-0.
Well, Boykin made
flag on the play, Tom. And we heard holding on the offense.
Yeah, Boykin makes that one cut and it works, and then nothing happens.
Not sure how much of a factor that hold played in that opening that Boykin exploited, but that does hurt.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, that was the biggest offensive play.
Boy, the penalties have killed Guertin tonight, haven't they?
Other than the kick run back by Boykin to begin the half, and that one, it's a differential of about 20 yards right there, 30 yards. 3rd and 15. So a promising drive converted to kind of a desperation down here. 3rd and 15, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Fahey calling signals, has some movement in the backfield. The motion, I mean. Screen pass to the right. Up the seam, hit after a gain of maybe 5, and down at the 45-yard line. So they needed 15, they got about 5. Zach Mayu on the reception. 4th and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go right into a punting formation.
So the offense again continues to struggle.
Doing the punting again, Broderick Smith booms it out of bounds immediately, and the whistle sounds. So we'll see where they spot it as the official walks up the sideline to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Pinkerton. Tom, this game may send you to the record books to see the last time football game ended 2-0, but the way the defense is stepping up and stuffing the offenses tonight, this game, there's a threat that this game could end with this very score we're seeing on the board right now. Unless one of these offenses solves the puzzle. Chris St. Onge behind his center. Got a man in motion. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's in traffic, and he's down behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of about 1 yard on the play. Chris St. Onge is sacked. Bishop Guertin's number 33 in the backfield was Blake Boudreau. And he was not alone. There was good penetration there by the Cardinals defense. It'll be 2nd and 11. 4:53 in the 3rd quarter. Official timeout on the field.
Boy.
And we have an injury. As you can see, hobbling off the field is the punter.
The offense isn't
Broderick Smith.
The offense isn't selling any tickets here either. The defense may win championships, but the defense is selling the tickets to this game. Whoa.
And our lead official, Steve Hall, believes that's a cramp, and I think he's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of cramps and dehydration on the field tonight.
So Smith hops off the field quickly.
Get those oranges.
And the officials may have called the water break here. Timeout for heat and humidity, and that means get some water, and maybe some fewer players will get some cramps. In that south wind on Friday night up in Dover against the Green Wave, the Panthers won their season opener, a non-league game, 37-20. 6 turnovers committed by Dover, including 2 interception runbacks for touchdowns. One a 50-yard run back by Connor Rajowski, and the other 38 yards by Armand McCray, who also scored on offense, a 1-yard plunge in that game. So congratulations to the Panthers, who opened their season with a beating of Dover 37-20. Actually, South led 20-0 at the end of the first half of that game. Meanwhile, North won their game in Hampton over Winnacunnet 14-7. In this one, it's 2-0. Pinkerton leads. There's a defensive safety they scored in the first quarter, and that's been it. Pinkerton's driven down to the 10-yard line or inside of it a couple of times.
Twice at the 13. Twice at the 2 in a row.
Slipping and falling. Emmett Smith. So on second and 11, he loses a yard and becomes 3rd and 12 with 4:20 left in the third quarter. Paul Spinney getting credit for breaking that one up. He's had a great game from the beginning at the left defensive end position. Spinney, a 6'3", 180-pound defensive end. Passing the ball is St. Ange. He lofts it down the sideline. It is complete at the 40 by Emmett Smith. He's down at the 44.
Boy, how do you not cover Smith? I don't understand that. He's got speed. He's one of the guys that they like to throw to. They've shown that. He's down on the sideline. It's man-on-man coverage. How do you not cover Smith?
They needed 13. They got 23 yards on the pass completion. Nice touch on the pass by St. Ange. And it is a 1st and 10 for Pinkerton at their own 43-yard line.
The first completion for St. Ange tonight.
As Smith found a seam, and this
Boy,
time
that's just it. It was zone defense. In that situation, I wouldn't zone it. I'd keep an eye on the guys who normally get it, and that Smith is one of them.
Kevin Davies picks up about 9 yards on the play. Call it a gain of 8, rather. That'll be 2nd and 2.
He's got 94 yards on 14 carries. All right, John, I say this is the drive.
When we see an actual touchdown?
We see an actual touchdown. This is the drive.
I have spoken. I say there will be a fumble before
I have spoken.
They get the ball down.
All right.
And you see another player suffering from cramps down there.
Yep.
Nathan Chartrand is the player that's down on the field, a senior free safety. Bishop Guertin this season under their new head coach, Travis Cody, the first new head coach at Bishop Guertin in, I'm doing some quick math, 19 years, 18 years?
94 was Johnson's first season of the 17 seasons.
3:02 remaining in the third quarter, and as you see, Chartrand's able to come off the field under his own power. It'll be a 2nd and 2 for Pinkerton. Ball just inside BG territory at the 49-yard line. St. Ange has mostly just handed the ball off tonight, with the exception of this drive. He has had a 23-yard completion, his biggest of the night. And he holds on to it. St. Ange sprints to the left. He is corralled and downed over there by C.J. Boykin. But that nets them another first down as the chains do move. Ball spotted at the 39. 10-yard gain for St. Ange on the keeper. Good deception there. Looked like he had handed it off to a fullback, Davies.
Yeah, they were all thinking Davies would have it, John, and then boom, off he goes.
So 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. 2-0, Pinkerton leading. Pitches to Davies. He's got 2 blockers. He finds a seam. He's to the 25, to a 20. Flag is down, and Davies down at the 10. That is not a fumble. We have whistles on the field.
Probably going to be a hold right at the 32-yard line. And you know, John, when I said this would be the drive when somebody scores a touchdown, if you'd go all the way in, I didn't say it had to count.
Well, if you're going to play that, I'm gonna take fumbles at the ground causes.
Hey, I just said somebody's got to get in the end zone. You know, that's all I said.
You're desperate.
Oh, good grief. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The flag in the 32, so you actually credit, that was
it was
Burgess.
a hold against Pinkerton.
You actually credit him with a 7-yard gain on his rushing stats. He's now over 100 with 101 yards.
Wow. So they spot the ball at the 43. It'll be 1st and 14. St. Ange under center. Man in motion. He hands it off to that man in motion, and that is Manny Lattimore. Gets outside before he is driven out of bounds.
He had some momentum, but just wasn't able to quite turn the corner full throttle.
And credit Lucas Lansing for that, the
Lansing
quarterback.
Strung him out like a good cornerback should. Still an 8-yard gain.
They needed 14. They got 8 at 2nd and 6.
So now it's a manageable series again.
I need a strip here. 2nd and 6.
Boy.
Pinkerton comes to the line at the 35-yard line. Calling signals to St. Ange. In motion is Lattimore. Emmett Smith untouched down the left sideline. Now he's hit and knocked out of bounds.
Guertin had moved out of position, John. They were drifting towards the right side, and they switched. They switched to the left side, and Smith took advantage of that opening. I wouldn't be surprised if St. Ange called an audible at the line on that play, if he's able to do that.
So that is a first down. First and 10 from the 22.
They must have seen that hole somewhere in the defense, because the defense, that was a setup problem, not a tackling problem. That was just a situation where they ran where the Cardinals weren't.
We have another player that's got to come off the field, maybe due to the heat.
13-yard gain. Smith has 76 yards. Burgess 101. St. Ange has 22. Lattimore is 17. And the younger St. Ange has 2.
Lucas Lansing had to come out, and into the game comes Andrew O'Reilly.
And I don't know if that's relational. It might be.
It is at the 19-yard line.
Burgess.
So it's 3rd and 7. This is where Pinkerton's offense has stalled repeatedly tonight, getting down close to the 10-yard line. BG's defense has stepped up and filled some holes and made it tough going for the Pinkerton running game.
It's actually 2nd down. The scoreboard has 3rd down. That was the first down play. The line has, the marker is 2nd down.
Now we're going to discuss it.
Second and 6 from the 35. They gained 13. That's a first down on my book from the 22-yard line, and then they just gained 3 yards on first down.
And so we figured out Glenn Colburn, our lead referee, says 2nd down.
2nd down and 7 from the 19-yard line. And the clock continues to tick here in the 3rd quarter. 2-0 Pinkerton with the lead.
50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
On a 2-run home run by the defense in the end zone.
So let's see what St. Ange comes up with here on 2nd and 7 at the 19. A pitch. Outside it goes. Lattimore is downed inside the 15-yard line.
A good dive by Lattimore. He stretches the defense, but doesn't, again, get that corner turned.
Kevin Kiza, good job stringing it out. The strong safety here in the near side, number 10 for BG, credited with that tackle, and that could be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be a 3rd and 3 as the teams are about to change sides of the field. 2-0. Pinkerton trying to add to their total. And looking ahead, Tom, if they are able to come up with that touchdown, that 6 points, there's a lot riding on the conversion, because you're talking about an 8-0 lead. and they need that extra point to make it a 2-score game. Still, Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, where just this summer they installed this new turf field, which you are looking at here on Nashua ZTV. You can see the freshly painted school symbols, Bishop Guertin, Nashua North, and on the right, the Titans of Nashua North, and the middle, of course.
This is going to sound weird. This is going to sound weird. But doesn't that 2-0 feel like 15-0?
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to watch the option. Him still. You're going to stick it in. He's going to play. He's going to come around.
They're asking us for scores, but we're so lazy we haven't looked up a thing.
Right. You're going to beat them a little longer, right? Come on.
So 12 minutes put up on the clock for the 4th quarter and a 2-0 game. That's it.
You know, John, this is the start of the. This is only the second night of the season. I must have been asked for scores 9, 10 times in 2 days. I wish I had $1 for every time I was asked that. I mean, this is unbelievable.
That's how the newspaper business works.
I know.
You get $1 for every time somebody wants to know.
No, you know what? It's these things, these little phones that I got in my hand. They think you know everything. It's people like Pete Johnson's fault. He's a techie, you know. He loves all the gadgets. I'd rather.
He's got a basic phone.
Ignorance is bliss. You know?
Yeah.
Ignorance. No, he doesn't. He's got a smartphone.
Oh, is that a smartphone?
Yeah, he's in a case. That's why.
Oh, okay.
They wanted me to get a case. I got the case, but I'm not going to get mine. This is only my 2nd day in the BlackBerry 8, by the way. Do I get some kind of a, like a, initiation
You get
prize?
you get an applause right here. That's it. That's what you get. Ball carried to the right side of the line on 3rd and 3. They came
Burgess
close.
said he gets it.
They got it. First down. So here it is. Again, the 4th time that Pinkerton has driven this far down the field. They have come up empty 3 times before. BG's been able to come up with the stop of the running plays and also a passing play attempt that the Astros tried at one point in this very spot. They tried a slant pass to Smith. St. Ange is calling the signals. Lattimore's in motion. The pitch is to Davies. He breaks it outside, and Davies is corralled and driven out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 7. Flag. That could be a hole that occurred right
It's
near
in the backfield.
quarterback
It's got
spot.
to be an offensive penalty. I mean, the backfield.
Yeah, a little bit too much grabbing going on by the Pinkerton blockers to spring Davies. And that was a key block, too, on the holding penalty, if it's the one that I saw.
And it's in the backfield, which means the yardage lost is even worse because you're back at the. That flag is sitting there at the 17. It's going to go all the way back to the 27-yard line. You were at the 12. That's a big time distance change.
Especially if you predicted a touchdown on this drive.
Yes, I know. I'm not too happy that way to see that flag, but again, there's still time. There's still a few more plays left in this drive, I'm sure.
3rd and 21. Ball on the 22. They can get a first down on the 1. That means.
Yeah, it's not 3rd and 21. It's first down. It's first down. That's not 3rd and 21.
Oh, sorry. I looked at the scoreboard again. Smith stumbles, and he's down to the 15.
Is that Smith all the way?
Yeah,
12 yards,
Smith on the carry.
an 11-yard gain to the 16-yard line. 1st and 21 at the 27, and he gets 11 yards.
Well, it was 1st and goal. No, it's to the 1-yard line. You get a 1-yard line first down.
Let's not confuse everybody. Hold on a second.
So it's 1st and 15, and they can get a first down on the 1-yard line.
Now you're confusing everybody.
Ball's on the 16.
Yeah, it's not. It's second down.
Second down.
It was 1st and 21.
Okay.
He gains.
Yeah.
They
need to go 15 yards to get a first down on the 1.
Right.
Davies spins, hit, and driven to the turf. It's a decent gain, but they do have to get 15 yards. And so BG doing the job again on defense to this point. It's a 4-yard gain, 3rd and 11. And I dare raise the specter of the pass again, Tom. 3rd and 11 here. And Pinkerton has been successful in the air one time to Smith.
Davies 110 yards and 18 carries. 3rd and 11 from the
St. Ange calling the signals. Is going to hold on to it. Sprints to the right. He's got a blocker in room.
There he goes.
Smith into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris St. Ange on the keeper for Pinkerton. The first touchdown of the game comes with 9.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. It is an 8-0 Pinkerton lead with the all-important extra point or points to come here. So Chris St. Ange, as soon as he sprinted to the right, you knew he had a very good chance to take it in. He had all kinds of room plus a blocker, and he converted. And Chris St. Ange was a very happy quarterback when he crossed that line finally for the Astros. They boot it through. 9-0. So BG is presented with this. They need to score twice to tie this game up. Trailing 9-0 with 9:32 left in the 4th quarter. That touchdown was a long time in coming, Tom.
Yeah, it was. It was. But again, I just had the feeling that as the game went on, that Guertin would get worn down defensively. You just can't sustain that kind of yardage and take those kind of hits on a night like this and, you know, continue to be able to stop the other team.
Right. So on 3rd and 11, Chris St. Ange on the keeper sprints the 12 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. Some confusion about which way to kick off there, as you can see.
This has an early season flavor to it all the way around, doesn't it?
Did school start for BG yet?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, so
I think they start in July. I think they start in July, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that you would think that they'd be a little. I
think Guertin starts in July. They start. They're one of the earliest schools to start. Right.
It's a low spinner. It's going to go out of bounds and bring out the flag. Will they make him kick it again?
Moving on up, CJ.
No time comes off the clock for that kick. Still 9:32 left in the game. Now BG faced with a tall task. They have been unable to get anything going on offense for most of the game. And now they need 2 scores to catch up. Ryan Coombs, the kicker for Pinkerton, will tee it up again, this time on the 35-yard line. Boots it.
Come get it, CJ.
And this one will stay in bounds to C.J. Boykin. He sprints down the middle of the field, breaks it back towards the right, almost squirted through. He's down at the 31-yard line. So C.J. takes it up to the 31, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Robert Fahey has had some success keeping the ball and running it. Other than that, and a nice run that C.J. Boykin made, it was called back by a hold. Not too much to cheer about when BG has had the ball on offense. Boykin is split to the near side and 2 receivers to the left. The fake handoff to Mayu, rolling to his left and throwing down the middle of the field. It is tipped and just away from Paul Spain.
Ryan Coombs gets back there and just tips the ball away. And a receiver open. The ball just kind of died at the wrong time. It was a pass that was low enough at the point the receiver was going to catch it. The quarterback was able to knock it away without turning his head.
Right. It may have been underthrown just a little bit. Spinney was able to beat the defender.
What I said was that was a fancy way of saying that, John.
Right. Underthrown a bit. So Fahey Back into the shotgun with 9:18 left. Now it's 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 31. And he sprints again to the left. This time he's got a back to throw it to. Throws it to the turf. It's loose. Fahey's able to pounce on it. And they'll blow the whistle there, but it's a big loss on the play for the Cardinals. It'll bring up 3rd and very long as the ball spotted at the 19. Originally starting on the 31, so you can see that's a loss at 12 on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd and 21. A loss of 11 on the play.
Yep. Just, you know what they're going to be working on in practice this week for Guertin. It's going to be offense, offense, and more offense.
Ryan Belleville, the center, doing the shotgun snapping tonight. That one's corralled by.
And so
we've seen that before.
Somewhere, yeah.
False starts before the snap. On the flanker. Well, moving back 5 yards, and it'll become 3rd and 26 yards to go for a 1st down for Bishop Guertin. 9-0. Pinkerton leads the game with 8 minutes and change left to go. A game dominated by Pinkerton's running game in the middle of the field. They were able to put it across the line here in the 4th quarter for our first touchdown by Chris St. Onge. Now Fahey hands off to C.J. Boykin, who's hit just a couple of steps beyond the line of scrimmage. He was met by 3 tacklers, including Kevin Davies, the fullback, who was a two-way player. 4th and 26. So Broderick Smith will come back out and do Brody Smith. He goes by, not Broderick. Brody's going to kick this one from his 5. And it's a good deep one to the 50.
Returnable, though.
Nice job getting down the right sideline by Ryan Combs. Combs is going to go the distance into the end zone. Is there a flag down on the field? Yes, there is. We're going to have a holding penalty, and that celebration is for naught.
Always difficult when you see that on a punt return. I would say 70% of long punt returns for touchdowns are usually a result of a penalty. And a hold all the way back at the 46-yard line at a point where you really didn't need to hold because nobody, there was really no reason to. There were no dearth of players down there. One player you got to stop. All you have to do is stand in his way.
It was a pretty obvious haul
him down. Yeah, they just hauled him down. $7:10 to play here. 2-0. 9-0 in favor of Pinkerton.
So you see
9 feels like 30 now compared to the way Guertin's been unable to move the ball on offense. Outgained in the first half, 150 I believe to 35, and it's even worse now.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 44 of Pinkerton. That took points off the board and also moved them back from where the punt was received, a good 6 yards. 7:10 left to go in the game here on this steamy Saturday of Labor Day weekend at Stellos Stadium. At least down on the field, there's a decent breeze for the fans in the stands. Kevin Davies takes on a hit and goes beyond the midfield stripe for a big first down carry of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 as he gets the ball back into Bishop Guertin territory. .640 as the clock ticks after the running play. 6:40 left to go in the game. 9-0. Pinkerton leads over Guertin. Handoff is to Manny Lattimore. He's coming near side. Pursuit by BG, but he's got a first down and some more before he's dragged down from behind. After a huge gain, Lattimore turned the corner.
That time, exactly, John. That time he did turn the corner. And he was right there, and his momentum took him all the way down to the 30-yard line.
An 18-yard gain for Manny Lattimore. And now a lot of chinks in the armor showing up for the BG defense that's been on the field for so much of the night.
Yeah, unbelievable in terms of how long that defense has been out there.
Yeah. Dealing with that massive offensive line, as you can see there on the screen, taking its toll now. There's another hole for Matt St. Onge. And BG's trying to claim the ball came loose. See how the officials rule it. They're going to see if they call it a fumble or not. And BG's upset that apparently they're not going to call it a fumble.
Yeah, they are upset.
Yeah.
Upset to the point where very lucky and unsportsmanlike wasn't called.
Yeah, Nolan Cornell came up with the ball, but officials said it was downed. 2nd and 7. Pinkerton trying not only to get a score that would put the game away, but also take a lot more time off the clock with only 5.5 minutes to go. Chris St. Onge sends Smith in motion. He gives the ball to Smith, who gets around the right corner, up the seam and down into deep into BG territory. Emmett Smith to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. And a spot at the 16.
With that run at the 16.
Timeout.
He is
Bishop
just
Guertin.
2 yards. Next carry, if he gets positive yardage, Pinkerton will have 2 100-yard backs.
2 timeouts remaining.
So, Tom, we have one weekend in the books so far, and I know that your newspaper does a very good job of preseason previews of teams and who might have a chance to go all the way. And is it true that this could be South's year, for example?
Well, South may be one of the better teams in Division One, but this Pinkerton team that we see right here looks pretty good too. So they could be 2 of the best teams. I haven't seen a lot of Division One. I don't cover a lot of Division One. I'm more been entrenched in Division Two. And what I hear in Division Two is Keene may be the team to beat in Division Two this year. But they are very physical. They've got a good quarterback back, returning, and Guertin was counted as one of the top teams. But I'll tell you what, from what I see here, things are going to have to change offensively for them before they're able to get up and get going. Their offense really, really, really is stagnant, very struggling. Just, I believe a part of it's got to be the change to a new system and not as much speed as they've been used to having on offense.
Chris St. Onge has his Pinkerton Astros under center, 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line, leading 9-0 and looking for more. Handoff is to Kevin Davies, who bulls his way through the left side of the line to maybe the 11. And we'll put it at the 11, and so it'll be
he's got 120,
2nd and 5.
122 yards on 20 carries.
You see a lot of the BG players trying to get that 2nd or 3rd or 4th wind at this point. The defense has been on the field, on the turf. They've seen enough of this new turf, I'm sure, all night. St. Onge sends a man in motion. That is Lattimore. He keeps the ball. St. Onge scored a touchdown going this route before he goes to the 10, the 5, and he gets his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yep.
Nice hard hit, but he falls across the line. It is a touchdown and no flags on the field. So St. Onge, accounting for both of the touchdowns tonight on quarterback keepers, makes it a 15-0 game. A safety, a touchdown, an extra point, now a chance to kick another extra point, accounting for the scoring tonight. It was a long time in coming, that first touchdown, but they've got their 2nd score in the 4th quarter, wearing down the BG defense finally. Ryan Coombs going for the point after. Hold is down and the kick is good. It is a 16-0 Pinkerton advantage with 4:23 left in the ball game here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Mike James handling the handheld camera down on the sidelines. And Tim O'Neill up top. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. First of many games we'll be covering here on Nashua ZTV for the 2011-2012 school year. We'll be having Nashua High North, Nashua South, Bishop Guertin football, also some soccer games.
Do you know that Nashua North-South game is a Thursday night game?
Pete informed me of that. What's behind that?
I'm not sure.
It's a long weekend of rivalry games. It's all sports.
It is, and that may be one of the reasons. I think the other reason might be
they literally want to kick it off with football.
Holiday, maybe. That's been I've done a couple of Thursday night games in this state when that has happened before.
Some rare Thursday night football. Pete may be thinking about doing that one live. We are going to get confirmation, so mark that down on the calendar.
Always stay tuned, though. You never know when they fiddle around with these schedules. You know? Stay tuned to see what they.
You mean what? You think it might change it again?
You never know.
Really?
You don't know that. I mean.
All right. All right. You're the voice of experience on this.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You get more and more experienced every year.
Now you're making it a bad thing.
When's the book coming out anyway?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess, one of these summers I'm going to have to not spend it by the pool and actually do some work.
So Robert Fahey, who tried to find Spinney in a long bomb pass earlier in this quarter, now he hands it off up the middle to Zach Mayu. A hard run up the middle of the line, and he gains 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Ball spotted on the 41 of BG. It's been a learning experience for the Cardinals here in the first game. Trying to find their weapons as they go along here. Fahey's going to fake the handoff to Mayu. Rolls to his left, trying to elude a tackler. Can't. Penetration in the backfield for Pinkerton's Brett Liporto, number 23. The senior defensive end disrupted the play and sent Fahey tumbling to the turf. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from their own 38-yard line as the clock continues to tick. It was supposed to be a passing play and maybe stop the clock if it was incomplete. Instead, it turned into a scramble, and a running play keeps the clock moving. 3:10 to go.
Was that Fahey
movement on the left side of the line? Fahey held on to it.
Yeah,
got tackled. Yeah. So there's an offside penalty against the offense. 2 of the players, I think, on the offensive line.
Boy, I tell you, penalties for Guertin.
3rd and 13. Fahey with a 1-snap count. Steps back, throws it over the line. It's incomplete. Intended for Sean Fenn. Senior tight end. He had a step on the defender, but it was just a step ahead of him, the ball was. And he tumbled to the turf. So with 3:01 remaining in the 4th quarter, BG, unfortunately trailing by 2 scores, has to give up the football via the punt here on 4th and 13. Looks like Boykin doing the punting. It's a nice deep punt. Almost got ahead of the return man, but he's got it at the 27, 23, dancing to Emmett Smith to the 39 or the 40-yard line with an 8-yard return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Astros. Ball in their own 40. Parking lot here at Stellos was quite full when I pulled in, Tom. The new YMCA building is still relatively new, is drawing a lot of people on hot days and nights like this to use that
beautiful building.
Pool. Beautiful building. One of the things, though, that opened up some parking, looks like the Conway Arena is quiet this time of year.
Right.
The ice rink. Up to the line of scrimmage, Pinkerton, 1st and 10, 2:50 to go in the game, leading 16-0. Handoff is to Manny Lattimore. He's got some blocks, he finds a seam, and inside BG territory. Mike Devereaux with the tackle, but not before. Lattimore gained 11 yards from his own 40 to the 49 of Guertin. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Astros.
Lattimore running with much more authority here in the second half.
The authority bestowed on him by the heat.
Well, I mean, when you run wide like that, I think
his pursuers are running out of gas.
I think Davies is the guy who's going to benefit the most from the heat. But you know what? Davies was tired. He didn't get the ball as much in the second half. He touched the ball 11 times first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 9 carries in the second half.
That tackle made by number 50, the 50-yard line, as Lattimore slips and falls on the 50. If you get my meaning. 1:45 to go in the ball game. 16-0. Pinkerton with the ball and still driving here. 2nd and 11. As they get a play and a player shuttled in from the sideline. Emmitt Smith will take a break, and substitution made by the Astros. Flanker left, receiver right, and must be an illegal formation. Play a game. Took too long. They shuttled in a player and a play, and
you don't mind a delay game penalty in this situation.
No.
You've got a 16-point lead with a 1:25 left. You want to take as much time off the clock as you can in between plays. So if you got to cost you 5 yards, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
It's only their second,
barring a disastrous
third penalty of the night. They've been
Meadowlands Giants turnover. This game is in the books.
Stop that.
What's his name? That's terrible. Taking late shots. 1:25 to go.
Guertin 11 penalties for 65 yards.
Another delay game.
Yep. All right, 2 is bad. 1 is okay.
Right.
2 is bad.
2 is unnecessary.
2 you don't need.
Ball spotted at the 40. It's 2nd and 21. Minute 25 left in the game. St. Onge hands the ball off to Manny Lattimore. He sprints outside to the 50, to the 45, driven out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. Lattimore.
19 yards, I think, on that carry. Again, turning the corner much better than he was in the first half.
Gaining confidence as well as yards as the game goes along. Manny Lattimore showing himself to be a key part of the Astros attack this season.
But he made one mistake. Or did he? Yeah, he made one mistake. Went out of bounds.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Right. See if he's got the. Yes, he has the sophomore excuse. I'm only sophomore.
Only a sophomore. And they're going to take the knee and just run out this clock.
Minute 10 to go in the game. That was actually a first down for Lattimore, and
yes, that's why they can run it out now with that first down. So
BG does have 2 timeouts remaining, and don't look for them to use them in this situation. They won't. Now down to 50 seconds as Pinkerton comes to the line. St. Onge takes the snap and a knee. So that'll do it, Tom.
All right, John. Until we meet again.
Yes, sir. That's Tom King. 16-0 is the final score as we count down the final seconds. Looks like they're going to bring the ball back up to the line and take a knee again. So Bishop Guertin pretty strong on defense and a lot of work to do on offense in order to get their first points of the season. They come up against the Division I power here, Pinkerton, and come up empty on the scoreboard as the clock ticks down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's handshake time here at Stellos Stadium. For Tom King and our crew, Pete Johnson, our executive producer, our cameramen Tim O'Neill and Mike Janes, I'm John Collins. Your final score here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire in the first game of the 2011-12 season is Pinkerton 16 and Bishop Guertin 0. Thank you for watching Nashua's ETV, and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody. Stay tuned for after the game interviews here at Stellos Stadium on Nashua's ETV.
Good job, boys. Good job.
Good game. Good luck. Good game, guys. Good game.
I mean, every time we started to get something going, we went backwards.
Right.
You know, and I thought the defense played their hearts out tonight. They played tough. They just got worn out.
I was just going to say, how much longer could you expect?
Right.
Them
I mean,
to
how
hang
much
in there,
exactly?
Right.
And they're, you know, they just got worn out. You can't expect them to play 80% of the game for you.
Right. What, you know, the offensive problems, is it a case that you need a game breaker to get going, or you were searching for a lot of guys to try to be that?
Right. Yeah, you know, and I'm not really sure. I thought we were coming along all right, but I think I mentioned to you before that it takes the time for a little more time for the offense to come around,
right,
than the defense with the new system. But but we executed at times.
Right.
But the penalties, we never had a chance. We never gave ourselves a chance to get anything going.
Right.
You know.
Travis, how much do you think the factor is you're playing a Division I school with what the final score, final result?
Well, they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a good team. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, they're they're the #1 team in the state for a reason. They're always good. They got big kids. They're huge up front, and they've got great speed. You know, and it's just I thought we played them very tough. If we could have got some out, I mean, it was 2-0 until the fourth quarter.
Right.
They scored 2 in the fourth quarter.
The offensive disparity in yardage was so great that you didn't expect it to.
Right. We caused some turnovers tonight.
Right.
You know, we did some good things, but we just we didn't have any offense tonight.
And
you can't win games if you don't score.
Defensively, I mean, the defensive stops were
good.
Yeah, you had to love that.
Yeah.
Who was good on? Who was really leading?
I don't know. I mean, I think they all played great.
Yeah.
I mean, the inside linebackers, we were getting some players out of the linemen. The corners were coming up for secondary support.
You said Spinney's name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he was. He's got a motor and he plays hard and he's intense. You know, and we got a great group of kids there on defense. You know, I think they all played very well as a unit. They had each carried out their responsibilities well. But like I told the kids, we didn't help them out. The offense didn't help out the defense tonight. It's a team game, and we can't expect them to, like I said, play 80% of the game for us.
Down on the field after the game with Paul Spinney, defensive end for Bishop Guertin High School. It was a great game on defense, really tough game on offense.
Yeah, well, we'll have to figure something out. You know, we gotta get our offense and our defense together. I mean, we played a majority of the game, I say about 80% on defense. It's just a matter of you got to get in sync, we got to get things clicking on offense, and I think we'll get that together in these upcoming weeks.
Yeah, because you look like searching for answers on offense.
Yeah, we're trying to figure stuff out because losing all like last year we had Mike Kelly. I mean, losing him was a big thing. Losing Steve Cooper, losing all those guys. This year everyone's got to step up, and the new coaching change and everything. I think it's gonna be an interesting season, but I think we can pull it off.
Well, let me talk about the positives. The offensive line for Pinkerton, where we were sitting up top, they looked huge.
Yeah.
Like 300-pound guys, right? But you held them to no points for almost 4 quarters.
Well, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, as I say. And you just gotta keep your feet chopping. Don't let them get your hands on you. That's the biggest thing.
Right. So you got to be encouraged a little bit. This is Division I team. They win championships a lot. You didn't get any points, but you held them scoreless for most of the game. That must bode well for your defense for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it helps, but we got to find a way to just get those points on the board some way, shape, or form. I think we'll do it.
How about interception return for a touchdown, something like that?
I mean,
no, you don't want to throw the offense under the bus.
Yeah.
They were looking, but you got some talent out there.
It's just a matter of making things click, knowing where people are at, making sure that no one's going off sides, not getting any unnecessary penalties.
Right. Paul, good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you very much.
I know you're going to have a great season and stay healthy.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.